A little say good day to you this day of your time. How are you all? All right. All right. Thank you. All right. We thank each and every one of you individually and all of you together collectively for the co-creation of this interaction this day of your time. Each and every time you offer us an opportunity to interact with you, we get to experience yet that many more ways that creation has of expressing itself. We would like to begin this transmission, as we have titled it, Amplifying First Contact, with suggestions for what you can do to help accelerate, magnify, and amplify the probability of open contact between your civilization and other extraterrestrial civilizations such as our own. This requires action on your part. And if you are excited and passionate about allowing the contact that you are experiencing with us right now to transform into something more physical, so that we may together become something more than either of us individually can become, then by all means allow yourselves to begin to communicate with different organizations on your planet, with different governments on your world, to let them know that you know we exist, that you know many of us are here, and that you are asking, requesting the idea of disclosing the information that many of your governments already know about our existence in whatever manner is appropriate for your world, but that they do allow themselves to speak openly to some degree of the fact that most people on your planet know that there are extraterrestrial beings that have been with you for generations, thousands of years, that this is not really a secret, even though many people on your planet would like to keep it that way, for fear, for many negative reasons. But you, in your exploration of spirituality, in your exploration of the expansion of your consciousness, in the willingness to become more of who you truly are starting to sense that there is more than just your bodies, more than just your physical minds, and that as you stretch your senses out, you begin to perceive that there are also other consciousnesses all around you in different dimensions who are aware of you and are open to the idea of making contact more solidly, more firmly, if you would only drop all of the assumptions, drop all of the barriers that you create with your belief systems, with any fear-based definitions, and open up to the idea of the existence of other beings more fully, then you will begin with your senses to perceive things that were previously invisible to you, because this is part of the evolution of your species, that you can begin to perceive things you did not know were around you all the time, coming and going. There is a lot of activity right here, right now, all the time, that goes unnoticed by you because your senses are operating on a frequency level that is too low to perceive these things in general. But as you open up, as you follow your passion, as you become more of yourselves, as you expand your idea of what you are as beings, you accelerate the ability of others to communicate with you, because as you become more capable of perceiving them, they will then recognize that you are recognizing them, and they will respond, all of these different beings. and they will interact with you. As you drop the veils between your reality and other realities, as you allow your mind to stretch and overlap and begin to perceive more and more of the other realities that are all right here, overlapping one another, your world will become very different. Space and time will become very flexible, very malleable, and you will be able to experience things that border on the idea of what you typically call magic. For synchronicity will expand, synchronicity will increase, and you will be able to experience exactly what you need, exactly when you need it. This will go hand in hand with more communication from beings on other levels to allow you to know that you are always being given the help that you need. You are always being given the guidance that you ask for, because it's not about asking for more than you're already being given. You are already being given all the help and all the guidance that we can possibly give. So when you ask for a sign, when you ask for assistance, when you ask for help, all you're really doing is asking to open up your own senses to be able to perceive more clearly the help that you're already receiving, because no more help can be given because you're being given everything that we can give. So it's on your side, your end, to be able to perceive the help you're already being given more clearly. Then you will know that you have always been supported, you have always been assisted, you have never been alone. And that will accelerate the idea of living in a reality where you are truly interacting not only intergalactically, but also interspiritually. You'll begin to break down those barriers between the idea of physical and non-physical reality, and you'll begin to know that you never really lose anyone when they die, that death is just a transition into a different state, and that family is always family, and that you will be able to communicate with them much more clearly in much the same way that you communicate with each other in physical reality. As you continue to expand your senses by acting on your highest passion in life, your world will become very, very different, and you will be able to shift your experience of reality through various versions of different parallel Earths that already exist, allowing yourself to guide yourself, to steer yourself through those different versions, shifting through those different versions, more and more and more, becoming and living and experiencing versions of Earth that are already existing and already more reflective and more representative of the world that you prefer, because they will simply be a reflection of the changes you have made within yourself, within your own energy. You never change the world that you're on. You shift to another version of Earth that is already more representative of the change you have made within yourselves. So by allowing yourselves to know that it is a reality that we exist, that it is a reality that you are surrounded by beings from different dimensions, then you will begin in those actions that you take with that knowledge to bring, in a sense, heaven down to earth, to embody that energy, that state of being within yourself that knows that such things are real, that knows that you are a part of a larger community, that knows you are connected to everything you need to be connected to, and in acting from that state of being in everything that you do in life, bit by bit, at whatever rate is comfortable for you, at whatever pace is relevant for you, you will begin to perceive, as we said, more and more and more and more of the things that are around you right now that may be invisible to you at this moment. So do not be surprised, do not be shocked, do not be scared by the different things you will begin to perceive as your senses become more receptive and more sensitive to looking at different frequencies, different vibrations that are representative of other beings and other levels of reality. Do you understand what we are saying to you? All right. Does that sound exciting to you? I believe you. This is the way to amplify contact in your world. You take the actions that are relevant and representative of a state of being that knows, not believes, not thinks, not guesses, but knows that there are other beings with you, that knows that you are connected to the universe, that knows itself fully as an expression of creation. And from those actions and inspirations that come to you in that state of being, will you then accelerate and amplify contact on all levels, not only outward to the stars, but inwardly into all the levels of your own consciousness. And you will see in the reflections of your outer reality more and more of the things that are representative of that state of being, of that certainty, of that knowingness. We thank you for allowing us to transmit this idea to you this day of your time, and we remind you that this transmission is not just the words that you may be hearing. There is energy being given to you right now, frequencies, vibrations of light and electromagnetic energy that are inviting you, encouraging you to match those frequencies, to help uplift you, raise your vibration, and allow you, in doing so, to experience more of the reality in the way that we do, because we know that you can, and we know that part of you already exists on that level, that higher level. All you need to do is relax into that, and you will be carried on the currents of creation to a higher level, a higher plane, as part of your evolution. If you just do nothing but let go and be yourself, those currents will carry you exactly where, how, and when you need to be carried to find and discover more of yourself, and to let go of those things that you now know have nothing at all to do with who you prefer to be. Does that make sense? Yes. All right. Does that sound exciting? Yes. All right. We believe you. In exchange for the gift that you are giving us in allowing us to interact with you in this way, I ask you now, in what way may we be of service to you? You may begin with your...
Hello, Bashar.
And you good day.
It's such a great pleasure to be here with you, standing in front of and in the middle of your energy.
All right. It is a pleasure and an honor to interact with you as well.
My question is, you have been explaining us for 30 more years that all what we need to do is just to follow our passion, or follow our highest excitement, and yet it's...
No.
No?
That's not the whole formula, is it?
No, for sure. There is the rest of it.
There is the rest of it,
With
but you see,
zero
the rest of it is what many of you conveniently forget.
Okay.
So make sure you understand the whole formula.
Yes.
And yes, we have been suggesting that this is something that will assist in accelerating you.
Yes. But it seems that there is a strong innate resistance in most of us to actually do that. You know?
Yes, because of your learning, because of your training, because you have been taught to believe in certain negative beliefs and experience resistance, because that is the result of buying into negative definitions, negative beliefs, as if they were facts, as if they were true. But now, this information is to assist you in understanding that these things are not facts. They're just beliefs, and that beliefs can be changed if you use the appropriate tools and procedures to do so. It can be done.
Okay. So any suggestion to reinforce that conviction
Well, the idea is to have an understanding of how these things work. We are giving you, in a sense, an instruction manual. All you need to do is really study the instruction manual and understand the structure of existence, the nature of existence, and the structure and nature of how beliefs work. When you understand that, you will be able to change them as you so prefer. But you just need a deeper understanding that, in a sense, this is just a mechanism. It's just physics. You just need to understand the principles as clearly as possible. Then it will make enough sense that you can use the tools in the appropriate way and get an experience. But you have to be willing to do so. Now, we understand that sometimes a negative belief may make you feel unwilling to do so. But you have to remember that if you feel any resistance to exploring these things, if you feel any resistance to letting go of negative beliefs that may be holding you back, that those feelings are also being generated by the negative belief in order to perpetuate itself, in order to make sure you do not let it go, because that's how beliefs are designed, to make sure that you hold on to them. So you have to always remember, first and foremost, you have to always take a moment to remind yourself that what may feel like resistance, when you may be afraid to go forward in investigating and letting go of those beliefs, that fear and that resistance and those excuses and rationalizations are all tools, tricks, and techniques of the negative belief to prevent you from letting it go. You have to be able to see through that. You have to be able to see that that is just lies. Do you understand?
Yes.
So you have to remember that. That's the first step, is to remember that no matter how you feel, this is a trick of the negative belief if it's fear-based. Because remember, as you get closer and closer and closer to letting go of a negative belief, the fear of doing so will get stronger and stronger and stronger, because it's going to use everything in its power to make sure that you don't let it go. So the more afraid you are to let go of it, the closer you are to letting go of it. That's how you know you're getting close, is because you're becoming more and more scared, more and more resistant to do so. But if you understand that that's not a fact, that anything bad will actually happen if you let it go, if you understand that that's just a trick and a lie from the negative belief to prevent you from letting it go, then you can say, I'm on to you, negative belief. I see right through your tricks. I know that what you're giving me, no matter how strong it feels, is not a fact. It's just a belief. And I know that beliefs can be changed. And that will keep you going. That will keep you investigating. That will allow you to discover the belief, identify it, let it go. Does this make sense to you?
Yes, absolutely.
Shivai,
Shivai,
so excited to be here, Bashar.
so are we.
I want to say a big thank you to you and all of us.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so 2-3 years ago, if we look in a linear perspective,
Yes?
I had a dream, quote unquote, in which I felt like I was somehow on a ship or outside Earth.
This is common,
Uh,
because many of you are.
more feeling like doing something like diplomatic or ambassador-like work
Yes.
in relationship to Earth and other
Yes.
planets. And I felt like I was with one more person from Earth too. And then we were just...
Well, you're often with several other people, whether you remember it or not.
yeah. And when I came here, actually yesterday, a synchronicity happened, very exciting, that a lady was actually looking for some people to develop some kind of ambassador groups. That was like, ooh, what a synchronicity.
Yes.
And I also wanted to ask you if you could expand on that idea, because from the moment I remembered that dream, I got extremely, extremely excited about the ambassador activity.
Well, again, the idea is that those of you that have made an agreement to be part of that agenda of helping to bring the hybrids to the Earth so that they can eventually live among you, will also be teaching them on the ships many things about your culture, because your cultures on Earth are very alien to them. They don't understand many things. So you will be teaching them many things about your culture so they can learn to blend in, while at the same time you can be on Earth, in a sense, as a representative, as an ambassador, to help the people of Earth learn to change themselves in ways that are closer to the way that the hybrids also see things, so you can kind of meet in the middle, halfway, and form a smoother relationship, a more harmonious relationship. So people that have experiences like what you're describing are kind of working both sides of the program. You understand?
Yes.
So that is kind of a diplomacy. It's kind of an ambassadorship. Many of you are choosing to do this, for which we are very grateful.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yes. Does that help?
Yes.
Why,
And
thank you.
around
Yes.
half a year after, or a couple of months after, I was with a friend, and before going to sleep or something, an angel, how he likes to call it, or spirit voice or whatever,
Yes.
came through him. And just to sidetrack a little bit from that, a little bit before that, I was looking into the philosopher's stone and looking various materials, whatever I could find.
Yes.
And when that angel or entity came through my friend, it started talking about, or it said something like, you should start the work on the philosopher's stone. And then I asked, well, should I use the materials that I found until now as a source? And then the angel said, no, Bashar will help you.
Yes.
That was very exciting, but I don't have any conscious remembrance from there in relationship to you. So
All right, but the idea of the philosopher's stone is a transformation of the self. You understand?
Yes.
That's really what it's all about. It's transforming from your base level to a more refined, higher vibrational level. That is the idea of the philosopher's stone. You are transmuting from something more basic to something more refined. So it's an upliftment and an ascension of your energy.
I see.
So by following your passion, you will allow synchronicity to bring you everything you need. And by working with whatever permission slips you believe work best for you, you will open up your senses to be able to start experiencing anything that is representative or reflective of that style of approach, or that permission slip, or that realm that you are exploring. You will start interacting and communicating with the things of that reality, and they will help you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Does this help you?
Yes. Thank you very much. Much love and Shivai.
And to you, and pleasant dreams.